Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody to Star Delta Nine's channel. This morning, Spirit said, you're not done. I want you to come out and do a collective reading for everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And as soon as I saw the cards, well, I agreed. So let me see if I can scoot you back a tad. Okay. So, I hope everyone is having an amazing day. Happy Tuesday to you. In the center of the read, you have the Six of Cups in reverse. Crossing you is the Empress. Crowning energy is the Eight of Pentacles. Temperance in reverse is the foundational energy. Judgment in reverse is the past. Seven of Swords in reverse is the outcome. Your card is the Ace of Wands. The environment is the Hermit. Hopes and fears is the Five of Cups in reverse. And the Chariot in reverse is the outcome. So I put up a video a little bit ago about this energy shift that's happening. When I saw this spread, I was doing the cards for just a general collective reading to see what was going on. And I've not seen this many majors in reverse. And we're talking about an Empress, right? We're talking about feminine energy. Not so much a sex like I was saying in the video, but a feminine energy, right? So let's talk about this. The Six of Cups, right? In reverse. That's good memories, acquaintances, happy times, harmony in the upright, right? In the reverse, it's friendship, but it's maybe a friendship of past disappointments. Crossing that is the Empress, right? There's been development, some accomplishment that's taken place, some action, some wisdom. This person, this feminine energy has come into the collective, into the universal collective as feminine energy. Like I was saying in the video, there's far too much masculine, and divine is asking us to get into the yin of our energy, the seat of our soul. So the crowning energy is the Eight of Pentacles, right? The Eight of Pentacles is employment, money, learning, trade, working hard, right? Virgo. But in the crowning energy, divine, God, source, whatever you call it, they've kind of put us in a solitude position where we've got to keep our head down and start working, right? We're trying to find ways to make money, to learn new tasks, possibly, and we have our head down and we're working hard because we don't understand this universal energy. And then temperance is the foundation, right? Temperance in the upright is patience, good. It's in an influence, it's confidence, it's moderation, Sagittarius. But in the reverse position, it's conflict, right? It's frustration, impatience, discord, everything our universe is involved in. The past, judgment in the upright, Pluto fire, that's an awakening, a renewal, right? Archangel Raphael blowing the horn, a renewal, right? A rebirth, an improvement, a promotion, something of that nature, judgment, atonement. But in the reverse, disappointment, indecision, death, failure, ill health, and then worry. Our universe is in a state of disappointment. Our universe is in an indecision on when our normal lives are going to come back to normal, right? We've even seen death and major failures in our government, schools, and stock market, and taxes, failure, ill health, and now we're worried. And the Seven of Wands, or the Seven of Swords, is the outcome, right? The Seven of Swords, when you're talking about the Seven of Swords in an upright, that's a betrayal. But it's counsel in the reverse. It's someone seeking helpful advice. Where's that advice coming from? Spirit. Ace of Wands comes in. Profitable new journeys in business, in new beginnings, in everything. Career, inheritance, Aries, Leo, Sag, right? and in the environment, all we can do is go into introspection. That's all we can do is retreat into introspection, go into this Virgo mode and gain some prudence, some inner strength, withdraw with caution. We're being vigilant about what? About our losses, about the losses that we're going through. The Five of Cups in the upright is an utter loss, right? Defeat, failure, right? But the Five of Cups in reverse is like, it's a return. You're summoning hope, right? So in your positives, you're summoning some kind of hope. And then the Chariot in reverse is your outcome. Vanishing, defeat, failure, unsuccessful, right? I think the universe is saying, this masculine energy, there's a defeat here. It's unsuccessful. It's not been working. We've been dealing with it as a collective on the whole for a very long time, and it's not working. There's not going to be any more movement forward in this because they're not driving that chariot there. They're not driving that chariot, right? There's been defeat and failure due to this COVID-19. Loss. We've gone into some introspection. I want to know what the Temperance and the Judgment, I want to know what these reversal on these majors are, because these are major arcanas. I also pulled 3 Earth Magic Oracle cards. Let's see what they are. Oh, shit. Lightning. That's power. The second one, invocation. She's sitting at a spiritual stupa of some kind, and she's doing a ceremony with divine, with God, with herself. Innocence. Coming back to the yin energy. All 3 of these match: lightning, ceremony, and childhood, because our star seed is being activated. Our star seed that sits 1 to 2 feet below the surface of the earth is being activated. This Empress is the feminine energy within the universe, within the collective. What is this Judgment here? Because this 6 of Cups in reverse is there's been a disappointment, you know, we're all disappointed about it. And Mother Earth is disappointed. The feminine energy is disappointed about it. Right? Let's see. Let's see. The cards are sticking. You know, our astrology, our horoscope, like if you look at our astrology, there's planets and there's signs and their houses, right? And the planets, they're characters those are the actors that play the role. The sign is what makes up your personality of all 12 houses, right? And the houses is just kind of like the background noise, if you will. So see, Judgment, the world. It's perfect. That's why it's being stubborn coming out. Saturn, Earth. We just had, you know, Saturn went in 1 degree in my house. We had all those full moons. This is the world saying this is recognition, success, and fulfillment, eternal life. And this shit right here, this shit in reverse, this disappointment, this indecision that we've been making as a collective has caused a death and a failure through ill health. And the world has turned, and it's perfection. It's perfection. The world is perfection, recognition, success, right? Fulfillment, eternal life. You don't, when you pass away, you don't, this physical body is gone, yes, but the heart, the soul, the memory, everything like that goes with you. No anger, no fear, no resentment, no nothing. So what is this? This world has come in with Saturn in this new age of Aquarius and saying, listen, these are perfect. We have fought way too long with the 5 of Swords, right? And the 9 of Wands. The 5 of Swords is like, Jesus Christ. The Five of Swords is like, that's a defeat, right? We have been defeated here with the masculine energy. We don't even know what we're fighting for anymore, right? It's an upheaval, it's conflict, it's empty. And we are wounded. We're tired with this fucking Nine of Wands. We're tired. We're tired. We're tired. The Nine of Wands is like, it's a victory, it's good health, but it's a defense. It's not without some obstinance, right? It's not without some obstinance here with this Nine of Wands. This Nine of Wands is Sag. What is this? Temperance in reverse, Spirit? What is this Temperance? Because Temperance in reverse is a disunion. And if you guys can agree with me on something, there is frustration and a complete conflict and disunion of our universal collective right now. I mean, nobody's in union. We're all social isolating, right? We're all in our homes. Some of us are not working. Shit. It's perfect. There's a disunion. We as a collective are feeling frustrated and have some impatience and discord going on and conflict due to this Temperance in this situation. Seven of Cups. See, another feminine energy. So we have cups all in our feels, right? Seven of Cups, all in your feels, imagination. But is it an illusion? Is it extreme opportunities? I think so. It's extreme opportunities here with Venus and Scorpio. To the feminine energy, the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a loving, gentle energy. In the video, if you go back and look at it, I'm telling you guys, this yin energy is loving, mother, gentle, intuitive, kind, easy, breezy, right? Flow, ebb and flow. Ebb and flow. She is bringing it, yes, to the six, is that the six? To the Four of Wands in reverse. There's going to be some ambition. There's going to be some action and some movement forward here regarding a whole bunch of things. New opportunities, harmony, generosity. What is this Seven of Swords in reverse? You know, Seven of Swords in reverse is kind of like, it's obstacles, it's difficulties, it's defeat. I thought everything was going smooth, and then bam, right out of the blue, I got a phone call that flew out. See, Three of Cups in reverse. That a family member was sick, and within 6 days they were gone. And I'm beside myself, but there's a reason that this is going on as a collective, right? So you have the Seven of Swords in reverse. You have some kind of counsel, some kind of advice, some kind of helpful advice we're taking, right, with it in reverse. And the Three of Cups in upright position. Three of Cups in the upright position is abundance, right? It's a discovery. It's I want to turn them towards you so you can see them. It's family. It's friendship, right? Mercury and Cancer. People are celebrating. Maybe they're celebrating because the awakening is here. The awakening is here, and your star chakra is being activated. Go outside. Ground yourself. Ground yourself in Mother Earth. The Two. The Two of Wands. Generous people. Courage. Have some courage. Make some plans, but be patient. Fire, Aries. We're being forced to be patient, where we don't have a choice. We're isolated by conscious, universal energy of the COVID-19. The consciousness is in a conflict, discord, disunion, frustration with Temperance in reverse and Judgment in reverse. It's like there's been major disappointments, death, and failure. Can you tell me there hasn't been? There has. So tell me what this Two of Wands, this fire is about, this generous fire sign. I mean, he's looking into that crystal ball about, looking forward, making plans, but he's being patient. He, she. I think we're talking about the yin energy here. And that's why I didn't make this specific, and I'm just using it as a collective. Yes. The 10 of Wands. The collective is saying these burdens that we've been carrying, possibly not even ours, they don't even fucking belong to us, is too much. Can't take it anymore. The 10 of Cups comes in, clarifying that. The 10 of Cups is friendship, happiness, joy, family, prosperity, right? Pisces Mars card. Fuck. What is this Ace of Wands about? That's 10, 10, 10. 3 10s on the floor. You know, four major arcanas, 3 of them and 4 of them, 1, 2, 3 of them in reverse. With some major loss, but you've turned that 5 of Cups upright, right? You turned it upright and you've summoned some hope here. This Ace of Wands with this 4 of Pentacles, okay. That's ingenuous, that's greed, that's money, power, fucking, you know, what I've been talking about in the video, that our masculine universal energy has been hoarding money, greed, and power out for themselves, one for all for one, no one helping one another. You know, contrary to what y'all think, we are not separate. I'm all fired up, sorry. We are not separate. We are all one, and we are, look at that, the King of Cups in reverse. Masculine energy in reverse, double dealing, scandal, crafty, violent even, Libra, Scorpio. And tell me you can't look back in our history. Look at this, doesn't even know what he's fucking fighting for. Look back in our history. People with collective minds can do things like 9/11, Columbine, mass shootings. This here is double dealings. This is scandalous. This is crafty. And if you can't say that the government isn't crafty, I don't think you're being honest. It's violent sometimes even. Leo, Scorpio, right? The King of Cups in reverse is not a nice person. What is this King of Cups in reverse? That is the masculine energy, universal yin and yang. You know that pendulum in life? The one that is sitting at the seat of your soul? The one that is your compass, your yin energy? I don't know what the percentages are. I don't know what I'm just being told by my spirit angels and guides that there's a powerful yin energy present, and it's not going away. It's not going to go away. That's too many, but we'll take that. Okay. So the Hangman. So what are we doing with this double dealings and this crafty, scandalous crap that's going on? We're hanging around. We're hanging around. We're sacrificing. What are we sacrificing? Our family, our jobs, our health, our money, our foundation. That's all we can do. The universe is forcing us to do that. And then 3 cards on the Hermit. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the 10 of Swords, and what is this? The 9 of Cups in upright. So you have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, he's really dull. You know, he's patient, he's trustworthy, but he doesn't move very quickly. So things are going really, really slowly. They're not moving. And divine feminine energy is putting an end to this bullshit with this masculine crap. This King of Cups, masculine energy is getting, it's a death. There's now 4 10s on the board, on the floor. And then you have the 9 of Cups that comes in. 9 of Cups, man, that is like the wish fulfilled, physical health, well-being, hopes, dreams, everything you want it to be, right? It's a water Jupiter sign. And Pisces all over the board. Pisces, Scorpio, Libra, who else is here? Who else is showing their face? Victories, man. With the Chariot in the upright, but damn, it's not. So in our environment, our hopes and fears is, yes, we've had losses. Yes, we've had losses, and we're grieving them, and we're looking at them, but we need to turn around, and we have. The nation as a collective has turned around. That's why it's in reverse, and we are seeking hope. We are summoning hope, actually, from universe. 3 of Pentacles. We're working hard with the abilities to improve efforts, right? Enterprising success here, Cappy. That's gonna be things that are going to, if you, okay, thank you, Spirit. Okay, thank you. She's this here, if you really look at this card and you read and you know what this card really means, this is an architect, right? This is a builder. He's building masonry stones. Those stones right there are going to be seen for a lifetime, even when he's gone, by passerbyers. These are passerbyers, right? And they're admiring his work. So this summoning of hope and this disaster and defeat that we have felt here with this in the upright now is in reverse, and we're summoning hope, is because we're building. And this universal shift is something that's going to be remembered, just like these stones. Your grandchildren will say, do you remember the COVID-19 and the energetic shift and the major universal awakening that took place on this planet? Building. That's what consciousness wants you to do. But do it in the yin energy, not greed, power, and money. Do it in love, balance. I got 2 cards backwards, so when that happens, I just stick them back in. So what is this 3 of Pentacles? Let's see what this 3 of Pentacles is. Because that's the ability for our efforts of social distancing to see a difference. We see it here in this county. We only have 103 cases in this county, and one of them is 93 of them are recovered. The rest are at home except one, and she was extubated yesterday, doing well, and came out of the ICU. So we are rebuilding as a nation. We are rebuilding as a nation. And the Page of Cups comes in to clarify that, right? The Page of Cups is honest, sweetness. Yes, it's immature, right? But it's gentle love, right? Earth of water. I've been saying this for a minute, you guys. Get outside in the elements, and get grounded with the elements. Look at your diet, look at your supplements, look at your water intake, look at all those things. See, death. Yes, we put a death to it. And a death can be, yes, literal. It can be. I don't always say it can, but under the circumstances, there's been mass death, literally. Look at the guy on the horse. My God, he's riding in with just the bare bones, just the bare minimum. So we as a collective, we've summoned hope. We're rebuilding. We have some sweetness and some earth and some water signs, and we love and we want to get back to normal, and we want to put a death to these unexpected changes, this loss, this failure. But this is a universal transformation, a collective universal transformation. That is why the Chariot is in reverse. Banishment. I've been saying it for a minute, and I'm gonna say it again, and I can be wrong, and that's okay. I've been wrong before. This COVID-19 is going to leave as quickly as it came in. It's novice. They don't know shit about it. They don't know what to do, and it came in unexpected, and it did this. No denying. You can't make that shit up. So now the Chariot, right? Now the Chariot's in reverse. Vanishment. It's going to vanish just as quickly as it came. We will overcome defeat. And this failure and this unsuccessfulness as a nation, we'll overcome it. We'll overcome it. Period. We're talking about divine here. We're talking about divine energy here. There's no way you're not going to overcome that. There's eternal life, everlasting life. The world is going to revolve and evolve regardless, right? I want to get a couple clarifiers on this 7 chariot. That's a divinely guided number. You have 555, 4 tens, 7, and 6, 1, 2, 7 majors on the board. That's massive. And out of the 7, 3 of them are in reverse. 3 majors, really, like the judgment and temperance, because the nations, they're done with trying to fucking moderate. They're like, we want to get back to normal. See? The chariot, or the fool, gonna take the leap of faith. We are all gonna take that leap of faith. We're all gonna take that leap of faith. Sorry, Spirit wants to just yiddle. We're all gonna take that leap of faith. And yes, I'm gonna say this too, because this is new beginnings. This is all possibilities, pure intentions, yin energy, right? Adventure, opportunity, all things are possible, right? But if you look at this card, he's an idiot. He's a jester. He's looking at that cliff and he's gonna take a jump. Even the dog's telling him, don't be a fool and leap without looking, and you're gonna. We're all going to, because this chariot, this death, and this temperance and all this COVID-19, we're gonna look all right. We're gonna look, and a lot of us have changed the way we even deal with life and social distancing. I mean, I've never gone to the grocery store and had people act the way they act, and that is major separation in human consciousness, and I don't think it's... See? The devil. The devil comes in on top of the idiot, the fool that's taking the leap of faith and saying, are we conforming to some norms that they're telling us we need to do? Are we being codependent, toxic to one another, and treating each other in this deceitful, discord devil way? That's lying, devil dealings, cheating, stealing, that's everything. I need clarification on that. I need clarification on that devil, man. Because that's a downfall. That's an unexpected failure, right? That's being completely ravaged with disaster. I don't know how simple I can put this. There's going to be a vanishment of our defeats and our failures as a collective universe, and we are going to recover from it. We're going to recover because regardless of what's happened and what is still happening, we're going to take this leap of faith, but it's going to be with caution. We're going to take it with caution. What is this, Spirit? One more, please, because the devil's cappy, right? That's ill temperament, disaster. That's just like, fuck, that's an unexpected outfall. Yeah. So the 5 of Swords comes up in reverse, right? The 5 of Swords in reverse is we feel like we've been defeated, that we've had great losses, right? And the 5 of Swords, we're talking about an unfairness. Aquarius, we are in the age of Aquarius, people, I'm telling you. And this here, this is so perfect. This is this. This is verifying this right here. This is saying, are you doing this to yourself? Are you sitting in this 8 of Swords energy? I mean, I know a lot of people are, because, I mean, how could you not out of normal circumstances, right? But this 8 of Swords is like, you can take the blindfold off, grab a sword, and cut off all of the ties that bind you to this conformity of the norm. And the 5, the 5 of Swords in reverse, this unfairness, this defeat, this loss that we have felt, you're still going to take a leap. You're still going to take the leap of the Fool, but it's not going to be without risk. It's not going to be without, I would say, plan. And then you have the Page of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. You know, the page is new ideas, options, opinions. It's going to be that many people's talents are going to shine with this universal collective awakening. So the first card I got was, I've been saying this a lot and I can resonate a lot with this card, is when I had my spiritual awakening, I was telling people it felt like a lightning bolt had hit me in the center and just cracked me wide open. And that's what this reminds me of. It's lightning, you know, lightning comes in and it strikes without any warning. It can hit us and it can be as detrimental to our health, or it can miss us and not touch us at all, right? But it's come in and it's shaken up this, and it's a powerful energy of yin to the universe. And I'll read the card. And the harmony or the ceremony is invocation. It's invocation because of a couple things. Invocation on this picture on this card is she's sitting at a stupa or her spiritual center, and she's making up some offerings to consciousness, and she's setting some goals and some pure intentions in the yin energy, right? But it's not only just that, it's a universal ceremonial energy. And there is some innovation going on here with the activation of our starseed chakra. And the yin is saying, do this, you know, be this child out here with these rays of sunlight. You know, when you look at the star chakra, or you Google anything on it or read anything about it, it is the essence of sunlight, right? And if you can imagine that sunlight like a child, they're just innocent and they're reminiscing their childhood. Everything is pure, unconditional love with them, right? And look at that beautiful nature around us. It's all universal. They don't have time yet for their minds to be, they just don't have times for any mucking up. And no muck up happens here, right? They're still innocent. They're still growing. They're still children. No one's tainted them mentally yet. So I don't usually read these, but I will. So lightning is power, 89. Let's see if it matches what I say. Does it have a message? Okay. Yeah, it does. Okay. So I've been saying this forever. The power of energy is everywhere around us, right? Consciousness is not something you can find. It's not something you can buy. It's not something that someone gives you. It's not something that you can steal. It's not something that you can borrow, right? It's inside. It's inside, right? And so if you can think about this card as that energy, there's 1.6 volts of energy going through every cell in your body, and there's 70 trillion cells in your body. You do the math. That's energy, baby. So this lightning is you, and there's more power for you and around you than you're aware of. The power available to you, the force of life itself, is neutral. It's like the pendulum, I'm telling you. It's neither inherently bad or good, right? It's not bad or good. It's only what the mind says it is. That's what I've been saying. It is how you utilize it and how you will determine whether it is ultimately harmful or life-saving or giving or congruent with the will of spirit that pulses through you. Is it serving you? If it's not serving you, let it go. Is it matching you for values? Is there actions and willingness on both parties to take action, I don't know, under the particular circumstances that we're in or the injury that we seem to be facing? Although you may see yourself as using this power for good, do not allow yourself to get caught up in the duality of good and bad. There is no good and bad. It is what it is, and the mind is the only thing that says it is. So if your mind tells you it's bad, it's bad. If your mind tells you it's good, right? There is no good or bad. It's only what the mind says. So try to remember that duality, through the power of ceremony. And then here it is. Ceremony. Have a ceremony with yourself. Maybe write down all the pros and cons in your life up to this point that have served you and not served you. And what could you do to change one of those things? That's a start, right? So paying close attention to the spirits promoting us to make these choices, they will be revealed to you. one that is beyond your typical perspective. Maybe it's something you're not even thought of. Maybe it's from that space, because that's where I get all my inspiration from, usually when I'm in meditation, in that space of darkness, of just utter bliss. It pops in my head. And then I'm off and running with an idea, and my body's gone before I can even think twice. So divine power, that is very, very force of nature, it's driving this universe, and it's driving every one of us. And if you say my autonomic nervous system is what's pumping my heart, no, who's running the autonomic nervous system? So let's look at ceremony. Spirit has me fired up this morning. Innovation 26. That's to me, this card is saying you need to find an innovative way to express yourself, your compass of your soul, that seat of your soul, that yin energy. That is your compass of life, and you need to do some kind of ceremony to set that in motion. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm being told. Let's see what it says. Whether through indifferences, depression, or life crises, or other manifestations of mental, emotional, or physical blockages, you have drifted from your intimacy with spirit from which you yearn. All of us, have forsaken God. I don't like to use that word because it has such a connotation to it. Spirit, we've all forsaken it. But the bottom line is you're not forsaking God, you're forsaking yourself, because you are consciousness. So you're forsaking yourself. It's important to do what you can to regain an experience of spiritual power. Yes, I've been saying that all along. I mean, I do divinations, I do Reiki, I do spiritual teachings, I do music, I do dancing, I do tapping, I do body work, anything I can do, right? Invoke that. Set up an altar, maybe. Set up some in it, like maybe just put up an altar in some kind of convenient little space for yourself, an area apart from your usual living. Don't put it where you usually, socialize or gather with friends. Place it in an area that is not going to be a usual living space for you, right? And start with the representation of maybe just using the 4 elements, Use earth, air, fire, and water. And then you can add some personal items as you choose to your altar, like crystals or angels. I have a lot of things. I have Buddhas and angels and beads and all kinds of things. So my stupa that I have is very personal to me, just like my Buddhas and just like any of my stuff. It's very personal. So make it yours, right? And breathe their presence. This presence, because I want to tell you something, and this is a little off topic, and I apologize, but all it takes is one thing. It could be someone touching your hand, shaking it. It could be someone patting you on the shoulder as you walk by or did a good deed for them, or just someone simply opening the door and smiling at you to initiate you to a spiritual awakening. I truly believe my growing and all the spiritual work that I do. And then when I seen God, it's choking my throat up, my throat chakra. When I went to the spiritual center and I watched the monks do the mandala and the Dalai Lama came out and shook my hand, I think that's when I was initiated. So it just takes one person, one thing. And here's the kicker. You don't ever know what one thing it is going to be. Because I went to that spiritual center, had no idea they were doing a mandala and that they were even in town. I was looking for peace and solace, and I just went there. That's how it works. So breathe the presence of Buddha. Breathe the presence of the things that you bring in and the 4 elements of earth. Breathe life into them, right? And then ask those divine beings that guide you throughout your journey, feel your heartbeat. Ask yourself, if you put your hands together and you put your hands together and you leave them there and you really close your eyes and you ask yourself, what do I feel in my hands? You will feel a resonating warmth and a palpitation and a vibrational energy in your hands if you stop resisting, right? Don't resist. What you resist persists. So breathe the presence of all of your altar. Breathe presence. Ask divine being to guide you throughout the process. Trust your guidance. Feel your heartbeat. Breathe in a key. Breathe into, for actual experience, a spirit, and creating a ceremony that's a vehicle to support this. The altar that you create will be a vehicle to support this life you breathe into God, or to breathe into consciousness. And when they say that, they're saying pure intention. Set your pure intention out. No longer forsake yourself. You are consciousness. You are consciousness. Yes, we are all consciousness, and it's one big collective. And then in that big old picture, we have a master, our creator, that sits above us. He's the king, the man, the shit, right? But he can't function without us as a collective. So we're all connected in this sense. We've all been broken, hurt, disillusioned, angered, felt loss, grief, pain, right? From all of this stuff. And your childhood, Yin is saying, go back to that. Go back to your childhood. Maybe there's a dream or something that you wanted to do and you never did it. Maybe you want to do it now. Maybe you don't remember it, but it'll come if you sit in consciousness. Consciousness will bring it to you. That's the beauty of it. That's pure manifestation. Shit just comes to you magically. It's weird. It's not in a bad way, but it's in a good way. This one is a really long one, Shizel. So the light from heaven falls upon the children through the rays of the sun, is exactly what I was saying, that illuminates their present like a spotlight. Yes, just like a spotlight. The little girl reaches out to those light beams and these elements together, and they portray a childhood activity for many of us whom had the privilege of exploring. Maybe you didn't have the privilege of exploring it. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't, right? But it's in the natural world. Don't you remember being that kid? I remember jumping conveyor belts, man. My dad saying he was going to whip my tail if I did it anymore because it was so dangerous. But me and my sister loved it. And we were kids. We didn't care. The blanket of lush meadow grass embraces a small pond which leads to more distant valleys. One that is darker and shrouded by the very clouds, and they also produce this remarkable play of light. Do you see it? There's a dark and a light. That's the masculine, that's the yin and the yang. You cannot get to the light without going through the darkness, period. In your exploration of the world, it's really inevitable that these children will at some point lose their original innocence, just like we did, right? It doesn't have to be a permanent loss, though. You don't need to live in constant fear and anticipation that such an event, nor do you even have to reconcile the loss of the state of purity by constantly romanticizing the past. Fuck that shit. Don't do it. The past doesn't exist. Show me the past. You can't show me the past because the past happened in the now. You can't show me the future because the future is going to happen in the now. All you have is now. I'm sorry, I started babbling. Okay, so with the wisdom and faith we have accrued from our life's experiences are keys to recapturing the state of innocence. The light that will guide us through any dark passage is the light of spirit. Yes. From within that connects us to source. Amen, baby. Now, here's the thing I want to say also. People say to me, how did you get where you got? How do you get there? And I'm like, I said, I don't know. But I'll tell you this, I dropped all resistance. I became willing to be willing, and I surrendered completely. What have I been saying? Whatever you resist, persists. So stop resisting. Put it down. The light will guide you through any dark passages, the light of the Spirit from within that connects us to Source. Finding our innocence once again, yes, baby. We became aware that it was never lost, just forgotten. Isn't that what I've been saying? We are consciousness. We are not lost. We've just forgotten ourselves. We've forgotten what makes us tick. We have forgotten that there's a pendulum, a universal pendulum of life called universal energy. And it swings. And sometimes it's in balance and it doesn't swing so much. And other times it swings in some pretty tumultuous swinging, like our nation is right now. Innocence is not simply the lack of guilt or shame, but the quality itself. And one that you naturally possess when you first come into this existence. And I've said that for a minute. You're born with all five senses. It isn't until someone taints those and you fragment them, called coping mechanisms, and build a conditioned limiting belief, that your mind becomes tainted of that. There are challenges you have faced throughout your life, yes, and that they have further shaped your personality and your character, along with your astrology, because the planets are the character. That's you. The planets are the character. Just like I said, the signs, all 12 of the signs, make up something in you as your personality. And the house 1, 2, 3 through 12, that's just the background noise. That's just the story. Yet in spite of all of this, there is a core innocence that you can reawaken. You can, by releasing any shame that has covered over the truth of who you really are, your core essence, your compass, your soul's purpose. Take an opportunity to heal this and whatever it is, and doing so is going to help you in every moment with fresh eyes and remove any of the filters that inhibit your light. And maybe going into this place, this spiritual place that you build for yourself, will begin to give you an opportunity to ascend and to take your journey into your own awakening. It doesn't happen overnight, and something you want isn't going to come. You just have to have pure intention, unconditional pure intention. Because if you're trying to get it, it ain't coming. So God's going to know. Doing so helps you to see every moment with fresh eyes, man. Every moment. God, so, you are truly a child of divine. You are truly a child of consciousness, just like these children. We are all a child of consciousness. It's not a form. It's not a form. It's not something you can grab like the Buddha or the slider or this hair tie. It's not a thing. It's a feeling. It's a culpability of rocking, of universal rhythm, of that pendulum. That's why I'm always rocking. The sun represents your father, right? The masculine. What's important in your life, the force. The moon represents the mother, right? Comfortable emotions, right? So underneath the illusion of the moon, the masculine energy is fading away and the feminine energy is coming in. I think it's beautiful. And my spirit angels and ascended masters are telling me there's some kind of, I don't know. I don't want to. I don't know. I'm not clear on it. Until I get clear on it, I don't really want to say. So, you just try to get comfortable with the energy that's here. Because if you resist it, things that are happening in your life that you think are bad are going to persist. If you don't resist it and you just let go, just wait and see what happens. So you could try a test. You could say, just let go of one tiny little thing, one thing. And really, really give it your all with no expectations. Sit in it. Don't add anything to it. Don't give it any commentary. Don't tell it any story. Because if you engage your ego, man, it's gonna engage you back and bark at you. So don't engage it. Just sit with it. It's okay. You are not anything you did, said, or anything. You're nothing. It's not that. It's not about what's happened. It's about what you do now. What's happening now? You know, all this is I call it background noise. Just like I was telling you, the house it's background noise. And when there's an action to be taken, you take it, you do it, and you move on. There's no more any problem. No more problems. We are the only ones that create our own problems. I've been saying it for a minute. We are our own worst enemies. And this here was a beautiful collective reading that Spirit wanted me to give you guys. So I wanted to come out and do this and back the video up, because when I put the cards out, it was like, bam, there they were. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it resonated for some of you. If it didn't, I'm sorry. You know, I really, really think that we as a collective need to ask ourselves 2 or 3 important questions. And it starts with, who am I? And if you can answer that, if you can say to yourself, who am I? Well, I'm the one asking the question. So if I think I'm a me and an I, that means there's 2 of me? No. I am consciousness. I am the observer. I am the one asking the question. I am the one in the background noise in the house asking myself that question. Who are you? You are consciousness. Invoke this innocence within yourself. Maybe there's something that's going to be a big old $1 million boom for you. You know, a life, childhood dream that you had, a memory. Maybe you don't remember it. Not now. But if you build this altar and you invoke this energy and you sit in this, Spirit will bring it to you. You just will know. You won't even need to question it. It'll be, I just know. People say, how do you know? I just know. I just know. And I don't know why I'm stuttering and laughing, because it's nothing funny about it, but there is one thing funny about it. All you can do is laugh at yourself when you become awakened to your soul's purpose and you find out the truth that you are the one that's created your suffering, your samsara, your entire life. That's all you're gonna be able to do is laugh. So otherwise you're gonna try to do something else, like maybe, I don't know, go kill yourself or something. Don't do that either. You know, everything is here to teach us something. What is the lesson that we need to learn? No more greed, no more power, no more money, no more separation, no more you and him and her and them. It's all of us. We are all going to the same place. We are all wanting the same purpose in life, to love, to be happy, to have joy, right, in our lives. Strong, secure foundation that doesn't have anything to do with money. It's not money. When divine, because divine is the only one that can pull that plug. You can't take money, a house, a car, a comb, a dog, a rabbit, or nothing. You're going with this consciousness, your heart, and what you came in with, and it's bliss. So come on, people, wake up, please. I'm asking you, please, please, please. If you would like a personal reading, my links are down in the description. I do personal readings. I think I have, I don't know, I have to look at my schedule. I want to say 3 to 5 left. So let me know if you want one, and I'll be happy to hook you up. I got to get ready for work. I got one more day of work, so I'm grateful that I have a job to go to. I'm on the front line trying to do my part. I love you guys so, so much. Namaste. Thank you for coming in, sharing this with me as a collective. Sound off in the comments section below. Do me a solid. Hit the thumbs up, because that gives me the opportunity to come back and say, if there's no thumbs up, people don't want to hear this content. And if you don't want to hear this content, I'm not going to put it up. It's that simple. So give me a thumbs up, write a comment, and I'll keep doing it. Otherwise, it's like, I don't think you want it. And if you don't want it, I can take a horse to water, but I can't make it drink, right? Namaste, my loves. Have a blessed, blessed day. Happy Easter, by the way. Belated. Peace.